Welcome back to Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. We've done almost everything there is to do in this world, and Ashley and Precious have one more challenge to overcome. Today, we are heading out to the Western Cave to take on the strongest Pokémon. And I said Ashley and Precious needed to overcome the challenge, but actually Precious isn't going to be coming along for her own safety. I think I know who the boss of this dungeon is going to be, and I have a feeling bringing a poison type would be a really bad idea. So unfortunately, Precious is going to be staying at home. But Ashley can handle this. She's got this, and she'll be alongside Titania and Discord. We are ready to go. Let's take on the Western Cave. Here we are. So this is only a 24 dungeon, which makes me a little... Ow! Jeez! Which makes me a little worried, because I feel like it's going to be... Okay, bye. Difficult. But I've brought what I think is possibly the best team for the situation. We've got our biggest damage dealer, Discord. Ashley is also a very reliable damage dealer. She's also very survivable, because we've put so many vitamins and such into her over the course of the game. Oh, you can stop that. And then we have Titania, who is just such a great support, and also does some decent damage as well, with Dazzling Gleam and Air Slash. Whoops. It's like a bunch of psychic types so far in this dungeon. Thanks for the heal bell. This is what I'm talking about. Titania has got the support. But these things do a lot of damage, and they take a lot of hits, so... As anticipated, this is a pretty challenging dungeon. And Heat Wave is our highest damage move, but man, that did not do a lot of damage. Alright, let's not do anything stupid here and have Titania take the hit there. And then immediately, whoop, switch over to her, hit that wish, and have Ashley healed up again. Let's play it safe. I do not want to get knocked out. We are very, very well prepared, since we've played through the entire of the post-game now, so we have plenty of items. Beldum, and a Jinx, okay. This is actually pretty good for Ashley. 2 Heat Waves should do the job. Okay, good. Bunch of Psychic types. Possibly proving my theory on who the boss may be in this dungeon. Do I have to Heat Wave you? Flame Burst still does a lot of damage, to be fair. There we go, we got rid of you. Actually, I want to check moves before we do anything else. Yeah, let's have Discord use Signal Beam. We'll hold off on Discharge, unless we run into a you-know-what. But it would be nice for him to be able to attack over some form of distance, instead of just Wild Charging. I actually used a bunch of power drinks that we got from ranking up on Wild Charge. I need to show you this. Because we already saw Wild Charge do, I think, the maximum possible damage in the game. This is the wrong menu. Which was 999 against Suicune. Since then, I've bumped its power up by all of that purple, pretty much. So it doesn't have to be super effective, I don't think, in order to do that much damage in the future. We're going to avoid that room up there. I think that might be a monster house. Good. So, as I've said, this is the finale. This is the last regularly scheduled video of Rescue Team DX that I'll be producing. As I've mentioned in the last couple of parts, I have some ideas for bonus videos where we'll take on the super difficult dungeons, but I'm not going to make any promises on when they might happen, and if they may happen at all. So this will be the last regularly scheduled video in the series, and it feels great to finish off this series. I'm really glad that I chose to produce it. And I've collected my thoughts in general on what this game is. And I'm sure if you've watched this far into the series, you know my general impressions on the game. But just to have them all in one place, I think, while we're going through this dungeon, I'll talk a little bit about what I think of this game. We're going to leave this Pineco. We really do not need to be lugging one of those around. But yeah, overall, I'm incredibly impressed with it. Just from the moment it was announced, I didn't know what to expect, because it was just so unlikely. Nobody was expecting a new Mystery Dungeon game. Nobody was expecting a remake of an old Mystery Dungeon game. I think If the Mystery Dungeon series was still alive at the time of this remake being announced, I would have had certain expectations for it. But honestly, I was just so happy to get a new Mystery Dungeon experience. Sitting down and playing this game for you all, I've thoroughly enjoyed it all the way through. It's done so many things so very well. And I really do not want to heatwave that thing, actually, because now the other thing is awake. Ah, we got it. It's cool. Discord, you're confused. Alright, Titania, I'm gonna need you to... You know what? We have a wand for this. Get out of here. Thank you, Titania. Let's have you wish. And now Discord is no longer in any danger. I can get back to what I was saying. So yeah, overall this game has thoroughly impressed me. For the vast majority of it, at least. It's very different to Explorers of Sky, which is the most recent other Mystery Dungeon game I've played. And it's also very different to the original Rescue Team games in a lot of ways, in the core gameplay at least. Do we need that? I mean, it's better to have it than not, right? We can probably just drink this calcium. Let's give it to Ashley. She'll probably use it best. And overall, yeah, the gameplay changes make it very different to the old Mystery Dungeon games, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's so much more accessible, and something that I really like is that it makes it a lot less monotonous to get through. Ashley, level 66. One of my major issues with the older Mystery Dungeon games is that it's kind of a bit grindy and it's a bit samey throughout the vast majority of the game, but because there are so many different new mechanics in this game that you have to learn and get used to, it feels like you're just learning and growing throughout the entire course of the main game. And because you're able to use so many different Pokémon, you can keep it interesting by doing that as well. And I feel like that really is the Rescue Team DX experience, is being able to use tons and tons and tons of different Pokémon throughout the entire game, which we did. And I think it gave a lot of personality to our team, and it really made it more interesting to watch, so I'm really, really happy about that in general. Let's actually move up here and have Titania get in the room. Hopefully we can deal with this Meditite. Yep, cool, we got it. I think Discord is trying to go after foes. Let me change that, yeah. Let's have everybody go together. Oh, might as well drink that. So yeah, a lot of the gameplay changes are thoroughly positive, things like the Makihita Dojo changes, and the fact that Pokemon get passive experience being in the rescue camps. That's all really, really great stuff that makes the game much more interesting and diverse. And then, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the graphics and the music. The art style is amazing, and I mean, I say that throughout the entire game, but just look at this dungeon that we're in. It's so beautiful. And one of the major things about the art direction is the cutscenes and how they've changed from the original games. There's so much more life to them, and something that this game has always done well is getting you emotionally invested, but that's so much more tangible in this game because of how well the cutscenes are produced using this art style. The cutscene at the top of Mount Freeze with Ninetales now really sticks in my memory where it didn't before, and a lot of the other scenes in the game are now as visually stunning as they are narratively. Again, we're just gonna leave this Spinder. So yeah, overall, this game has some amazing art direction. And overall, this game has so much charm. It goes beyond just looking nice, because the art direction is in every element of the game. It's in the design of the UI, it's in the animations and the little pop-ups when Pokemon use moves. The dialogue when you talk to them, and oh my goodness, Titania, can you stop missing, please? Oh man, this thing is built like a tank. Get out of here! Finally. let's restore Signal Beam for Discord. Overall, this game is just such a solid experience. The art direction, the music, the personality and charm that it has, it seeps into every element of the game. And that's what makes it so good. Moonblast, wow. Let's not get hit by that, actually. I think Ashley would resist that anyway, so we'll be alright, but let's grab that. Magic Room. Items have lost their effects. Well, that's a little annoying. That actually disables my X-ray specs. But yeah, back to talking about the game. Overall, I absolutely love it, but I do have a couple of criticisms. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. I feel like sometimes I'm a little let's just take a safe step back here. I'm not sure how big this explosion radius is. Okay, good. Maybe it doesn't explode if you knock it out, but I'm not taking that risk. Anyway, yeah, I have a couple of criticisms, and mostly, I've mentioned this before, it does feel like a little bit of a backstep after playing Explorers of Sky, coming back to the story of the Rescue Team games, because, as I've said a million times, it feels like the Rescue Team games were testing the waters and trying a few things out. And, hey, give that back. And they really hit the concept home with Explorers of Sky. Let's give you that efficient bandana back. So the fact that they didn't update the story really at all in this remake, though it was the safe thing to do and the sensible thing to do, I think, for rebooting the series and trying to get old players back in, it does feel like a little bit of a backstep. But it's not the end of the world, because, as I've said, the story and the characters in the original Rescue Team game, and in this game as a result, are still really, really good. I just think I'm slightly biased having come straight from Explorers of Sky, because Explorers of Sky is just so, so good. Another thing actually I like about this game, since we're here in the post-game, I should talk about that, is that the post-game is much more accessible. I barely touched it when I played it in the original games, but though it is more accessible, it's not perfect. I still have a few criticisms of how the post-game is laid out. It feels a little bit synchronized, huh? Weird. It just feels a little bit disjointed at times, and the progression is a little bit odd. Particularly in terms of difficulty scaling, there are times where we've gone and fought certain bosses and gone to certain dungeons that have been really, really difficult, and then the next thing we did was really easy. And then I think of the Rainbow Wing story arc, where we fought all 3 legendary beasts, and it was really, really easy. And then we went to Mount Faraway and fought Ho-Oh, and it was really, really difficult, kind of out of nowhere. So I think the post-game scaling and progression could be better, but it still is much better than it was in the original game, so there's that. And talking about the post-game, something else is Gengar Story Arc, which I didn't know about until I played this, until I unlocked it in this game. It was really good, but I feel like it would have benefited from being in the main game. A Clefable! Cute! Hi. We're gonna have you tag along, because the Pokemon that are in these mystery houses are usually pretty good. They usually have rare qualities, like Narrow Focus. You're level 60, so you shouldn't be too much of a slouch. We'll have you tag along. You are not Celeste, but you will do. And call it character development, but I don't think we can afford to pick up these loot boxes. I'm gonna pass on the loot boxes for what is very possibly the first time ever. Hey, stop that. And another one for you. But yeah, Gengar Story Arc, man, I wish that was part of the main game so it got a little bit more time to develop, because it felt like they had to really kind of rush it a little bit. It would have also been a really good candidate for a special episode in the style of Explorers of Sky, which would have been fantastic. We don't need that. So they could have done more with that, and I felt like it was a little bit lacking. Might as well just eat this. Get that bonus health, could be useful. Let's help out our Clefable here. Yeah, I figured that you might get in trouble. Oh! Oh! Okay, oh! Okay, things are happening. Titania, I'm gonna need you to wish. I think Discord should be able to deal with the, Just don't knock yourself out with recoil. Discord! Discord! No! Discord, why are you like this? Okay, well that happened. Let's just move on, please. Anyway. So, I completely lost my train of thought because of all that. Lunatone. I think I was talking about Gengar Story Arc and special episodes. I probably started talking about something again after that, but... that's pretty much the last thing I can remember saying. Ow. But I think I finished that point anyway, so, moving on. One other thing that I do have against this game is its performance. I've talked about it a few times. The frame rate suffers as we get a frame drop as I say it. It just doesn't feel very well optimized for the Switch, and hopefully that's something they can improve on in a future game. Overall, as I've said, this game is fantastic. I'm so happy it exists, and I really hope that it reignites the series, that we get more Mystery Dungeon games after this, because everyone could use some Mystery Dungeon in their lives. I think everyone deserves to experience these games, particularly Explorers of Sky, but also the Rescue Team games. And bringing it to a new generation on a new console is pretty much what everyone needs. I would recommend this game, and I would recommend Explorers of Sky to most people. Infestation, we've not seen that yet. Well, we can't really afford it. We can't afford the inventory space. So I think we're gonna have to pass on all of this, yeah. Uh-oh. But yeah, in general, I'm just so happy that this game exists, and I'm really excited for the future to see if we do get more Mystery Dungeon games. If we didn't, it would be a little strange that they introduced this game and then they didn't make any more games. I don't know, I would still be happy. It just feels pretty good to get this game. We've talked a million times about Explorers remakes versus a new Mystery Dungeon game, and I've explained my reasoning for wanting both. I think at the moment, I would want a new game, just simply because... I don't know, I'm not in the mood for a remake. I've just played Explorers of Sky. For this game, it had been years since I'd played the Rescue Team games, so it felt fresh and new, but I've only just finished playing Explorers of Sky, so I'd probably want a new Mystery Dungeon game to get through first, and then maybe an Explorers remake. But whatever they choose to do is fine with me. I'm happy with this game. It's done so many great things. Let's hit this Curlier. Something that I really hope they do, if they do make a new game, be it a remake or a brand new game entirely, is that they learn from their successes. And knowing that Spike Chunsoft are developing this game, I have a little bit more faith in their ability to do that. Who's leveling up? Titania is leveling up to 65. Nice. Something I criticize Game Freak for a lot when it comes to Pokemon. Oh, that's not great. Let's nip this in the bud, shall we? Fortunately, that works even if we're confused. But yeah, something I criticize Game Freak for in the main series games is their inability to learn from their successes. And I've been playing Sword and Shield a bit recently because the DLC came out, and the YCOM, which is the wireless communications feature in that game, is awful. There's no other word for it. It's really, really bad. And I don't understand why it's bad when they already got online pretty much perfect in Generation 6. The PSS was really, really good. And then in Generation 7, they changed it to the Festival Plaza, which was awful. And then they somehow made it even worse with Wycombe in Generation 8. And the idea of not learning from their successes applies to a lot of different elements of the main series games. I think of Mega Evolution and Z-Moves and Gigantamax and all that kind of stuff. I still maintain that it doesn't need to be in the game. They perfected the battle system in Generation 5. They didn't need to add extra stuff, but they did anyway. And yeah, Game Freak just feels like they never learn from their successes, and they keep changing things that don't need to be changed. Hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully in a Mystery Dungeon game, in a new Mystery Dungeon game, they can learn from what they've done well in this game, and they can learn from what they've done well in previous games, in order to give us the best product yet. I don't know if I would call this the best Mystery Dungeon game. I think I would probably have to replay Explorers of Sky with the hindsight of having played this game. Oh, you have a new rare quality. Okay, we're gonna have you tag along because you have a new rare quality and I don't know what it is. Friendly. Pokemon you battle against are more likely to become your friends. Is that different to recruiting? Because Squad Up does the same thing, right? Unless being friendly is different to recruiting. I don't know. That's odd. It's very strange that they would have two rare qualities that do the same thing, so there must be some kind of difference there. Let me know in the comments. Should hit this one tile. We've got a few enemies approaching, so let's heat wave them. No, sir. Not getting out of this chair. Whoops. There we go. What do we got? Another Reviver Seed. Wow. They are preparing us for something terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, this is a different look. Let's deal with this Wobbuffet before it can get close. Getting hungry, that's fine. We have plenty of things to eat. Claydol. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Heatwave. We shall continue to heatwave everything in sight. Man, these things do take a lot of hits to knock out, though. Alright, let's get out of here before something bad happens. We're making good progress. We are kind of nearly done. I really should eat some food. And I've gotten through all my notes of what I wanted to talk about when it comes to this game. So I suppose I will, I'll say thank you to everybody who's watched the series up until now. As I said, I didn't anticipate making another Mystery Dungeon series so quickly after Explorers of Sky, but I'm glad that people who watched Explorers of Sky came along and checked this out. We don't have a Grumpig either. Okay, you know what? I've completely backtracked on my policy of not bringing new recruits along to dungeons with boss fights. But, like I said, I feel like we might need all the help we can get. What is happening up there? Okay, the recruits handle it. I have faith in these guys. But yeah, thank you all for watching this series. It's been really fun to make, and as always, it's been really fun to interact with you all in the comments and to get your tips and suggestions. That's just what makes this channel what it is, and I wouldn't have it any other way. As I said, we're not going to be coming back to Mystery Dungeon for quite some time. I'm a little burned out when it comes to these games now. So I hope you guys will stick around and see what's coming next. It'll be different, but some things will remain the same, and I'm still going to try to keep that audience participation going and interact with you all in the comments and in the Discord server and on Twitter and everything like that, because, like I said, I feel like that's what makes this channel what it is. And thank you all for being a part of that, because it wouldn't be that way if you didn't play your parts. Ow. I did not want to walk into you. Well, we'll get heal belled, it's alright. And we're on the 19th floor. Nice. Just as I kind of ran out of things to say. So we just need to get through this Grumpig. No. No, and no. No going to sleep, and no joining us, even though you have a rare quality. We already have a Grumpig. Oh, wasn't paying attention to the map. It's okay, I think Discord has got this. Yeah? We got this? We got this. Okay, cool. Alright, here we are. The stairs to the 20th floor. Let me remember to switch over to my combat items, the fierce bandanas and the munch belt. And before we go in there, let's check our move settings. I think Ashley only needs to use Heat Wave. The PP will be restored once we get into the boss fight. We'll have Titania on Air Slash duty, I think, just simply because that flinch chance is too good. And Discord, we don't need you doing anything other than wild charging. Tactics, let's have everyone go after foes. Let's take on the strongest Pokemon. Was it you? Who disturbed me in my sleep? Was it you? My name is Mewtwo. I came into being only to fight. I have secluded myself in here, in suspended animation. Would you like to know why? It's quite simple. If anyone, such as you, were to come along, I could defeat them at full power. Come on! Now, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z, but I imagine that's pretty much what Dragon Ball Z looks like. I want a Pounce Wand, but I also don't want to get one shot, so... You know what? We're gonna give it one turn without using the All Protect Orb. I just want to see what it's gonna use, because I don't think of Mewtwo as a Pokemon with a lot of AoE attacks. I'm probably wrong. But we'll give it one turn, we'll see what it uses, we'll see how hard it hits, and then we'll respond accordingly. We need Titania in the fight. Aura Sphere. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's heal up Chimecho with the Oran Berry, just so it doesn't get knocked out. Gonna push Ashley into position there so that she can hit away as well as Titania being able to attack. Psychic. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that does a lot of damage. We're gonna Wish up. Gonna heal up Titania with the Oran Berry, just so that the Wish is gonna heal up anyone next turn. Don't like that Discord's the one healing, because he's the one who needs to hit. But yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Now, I think we're safe to attack with Discord here, because Wish should cover for us. That's a lot of damage. Nice. Okay. Nice. That's a flinch as well. That's exactly what we want from Air Slash. And Wish should come up any second now. There we go. And that's going to heal up Discord to full health. Okay. You know what? Titania's on full support duty here. We're going to Wish again this turn. And then next turn I think we'll use the All Power Up Orb. It seems that we don't necessarily need the All Protect Orb. But this fight might have a second phase. We have to anticipate that. Titania, you'll be alright, I think. So let's power up. I suppose we got the prompt. There's no reason not to heal up Titania. I suppose Discord could have attacked that turn instead. Luckily, our recruits are doing a pretty good job of taking on Mewtwo. Yes, this is what I expected. Phase 2. Just in case you needed some more Dragon Ball Z in your life. As I've said, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, so I couldn't make a reference if I tried, other than, well, the obligatory over 9,000 one. But, I'm gonna try something here. In fact, with Titania's turn, because I want our 2 damage dealers to do damage. The Reset Orb ends the Awakened condition. for enemies and allies on the floor. We haven't empowered Discord. I'm going to try that. Nothing happened. It was worth a try. I mean, it feels like it would be a bit of a cop-out, really, wouldn't it? Nice damage, Discord. Good stuff. So we're doing a little bit less damage now because it's empowered. Nice miss. I feel like now is the time actually to use the All Protect Orb because it wasn't quite one-shotting us to begin with, but now that it's all powered up, now it's Mega Evolved into Mega Mewtwo Y, this would be a good time to use the All Protect Orb, just so that we don't get one-shot. And honestly, I complained about the recruits making boss fights a bit too easy earlier on, but like all the damage that they're doing now feels like it equates to like one attack from Discord or Ashley, so it's really not too much. I mean, Ashley's actually not doing that much damage with Heat Wave. We did it! We took down Mega Mewtwo. Who's the strongest Pokemon now? Well, it's not Precious. Team Sky Blue's courage in the fierce battle left an impression on Mewtwo. You can now access the Cryptic Cave Camp and Mewtwo joined your team. Good morning, Ashley. We did it! We defeated the strongest Pokemon. And that brings us to an end here in Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. This is the end of Ashley and Precious's story. As I've said all throughout this video and all throughout this series, it has been a joy to play this game, to experience it once more, and to play it for you, such a receptive and such an interactive audience. Thank you all so much for your support, for your feedback, advice, and for watching this series. Again, I'd like to extend a special thank you to Ozzy, always being on hand to discuss the game, to help me out, to give me any advice or tips that I needed, and to rescue me when I got knocked out in the Stormy Sea. This series and this channel wouldn't be here without you, so thank you so much. I'm going to take a little break from making videos for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll come back with a brand new Let's Play, something completely new to the channel. I hope you'll stick around to see what it is, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you all for watching me play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, and I will see you in the next Let's Play.